and I'm here today on behalf of Balanced Body. I am a physical therapist and I'm co-owner of Core Conditioning. We are an integrated wellness center and we offer physical therapy, Pilates, and gyrotonic. So the exercise we're going to be doing today in this segment looks at trunk strengthening, pelvic stabilization, scapula stabilization. It's a great exercise when someone has not been able to progress to a push-up position because of strength, and this helps someone progress from quadruped to push-up. And so we start in quadruped, and the thing with this exercise is the less springs we have on the carriage, the harder this exercise is. So usually I try to do this exercise with one spring the first time, make sure someone has their form down, make sure everything looks good and there's good stability, and then slowly take away the spring tension. And the goal is to do this exercise without any springs on the carriage. So I'm going to have you go into quadruped. Your hands are going to go on the wood and your feet are going to go against the shoulder rests. So I have her now on one blue, and I'll start there and then I will take it off and do it without any springs. Now there's 4 components or 4 parts to this exercise. 2 of the movements at the hip, 2 of the movements at the scapula. So I'm going to break it down the first time so that she knows what I'm doing. But before we even start, I want to make sure that she has good stability in quadruped. So I want to make sure she's in neutral pelvis. So I'm going to go a little further forward, good. But make sure your ribs are connected, shoulder blades are drawing down and back. So she looks good there. Her knees are right under her hips, and her feet are in line with her knees, and her hands are right under her shoulders, reaching long out of the top of her head. So I'm going to have you reach your knees back. So she's going into hip extension, maintaining her pelvic stability. Now she has a tendency here to go into a posterior tilt and round her back and draw your knees back into quadruped. So we're going to do that again. So that's one of the compensations that you'll see. So I want to make sure her trunk stays really straight and in neutral. So you're going to keep staying lengthened through here as you reach your legs back. Keep drawing your shoulder blades together a little bit more. There you go. And come down, and I want to see a long line from her head to her knees, and then draw your knees back under you. Good. Now we're going to do the same thing from the upper body. So keep your knees under you and just press away from the arms, maintaining neutral pelvis. Excellent. And draw it in from right beneath your underarms. Excellent. One more time. Press it out. Good. And then draw it at the top of your head to draw you back. So let's put those together. So you're going to reach your knees out. Again, getting a good line from her head to her tail. And now go away from your arms. Nice. Hold there. Draw your knees back in under your hips. And then bring your whole body back forward. So that's the combination of the exercise, and I'm going to take the spring off since I know she understands it and I feel that she's safe to progress to being able to do it without any springs. But before she starts, I do keep my foot on the carriage to make sure that everything stays safe, and I will keep my foot very close so that if I feel the carriage is losing control, I'm right there for her. So staying in all those same positions, your knees are going to go out first and keep it in control. You might need to keep the range a little smaller. Press the carriage out, and now she's working very hard here. Draw the knees back in under your hips, and then bring the carriage back in over your hands. We're going to do it one more time. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, press your knees back. Draw it through your belly and keep your shoulder blades connected. Good. Now take it out, and this is where most of the work is, maintaining the stability with no assist. Draw the knees in under your hips, and then draw the carriage back over your hands. Good. And I'll put the spring back on. And you can sit up. So you could see when I took the springs away that was very challenging for her. And I like how it does progress to a push-up position. You could then take this into a push-up position. It's hard for a client to know exactly where their body is because there's no proprioceptive input, there's no visual input of understanding where the pelvic and scapular stability are. So it's good for clients to just learn to trust where their strong body is in neutral pelvis and neutral scapula. So it's a good exercise. You can modify it depending on how much springs you want to use. You can break it down and make it just about the pelvis or just about the scapula, or put the whole thing together and make it that much more challenging. So thank you for joining us, and we hope to see you again.